Prepare your home for wildfires by understanding the risks and types of threats posed by uncontrolled fire. A home can be threatened by direct flames from burning brush or neighboring houses, radiant heat from nearby objects, and flying embers, capable of igniting homes from up to a mile away. Act defensively by hardening your home to increase its chances of survival. The most effective way for homes to withstand a wildfire is the coupled approach that considers the exterior construction materials as well as the surrounding vegetation and near-home combustible materials. Hardening your home to limit its flammability is the first step to wildfire prevention. Remove vegetative debris from the roof to mitigate the risk of stray embers, and replace untreated wood and shingle roofs with more fire-retardant options to mitigate the risk of stray embers starting a fire. By hardening the roof, it also takes much longer for the fire to cause damage to the house. Siding is often made of combustible materials including wood, wood composite, and plastic or vinyl. Once the siding ignites, a fire can penetrate into the house through the stud cavity or up the side of the home into the windows or dryer vents. Reduce the vulnerability of siding by using non-combustible materials like stucco, steel, and fiber cement. Just like siding on houses, wood and vinyl fences pose a risk of carrying flames or catching stray embers, especially where the fence is close to the house. Where possible, replace the combustible portion of the fence near the house with a non-combustible section. Defensible space is crucial for your home's safety. It is a buffer zone between your home and wildfire areas and can provide a safe space for firefighters to defend your property. This defensible space is divided into zones, each with specific guidelines. Zone 0 is the ember-resistant zone, and it is the closest zone to your home, extending 5 feet from each wall. To minimize embers igniting vegetation near your house, use gravel, pavers, or concrete instead of combustible mulch. Clear dead weeds, grass, and debris from this area, and minimize combustible items on the decks. Finally, move firewood to the outermost zone for safety. Zone 1 is known as the lean, clean, and green zone, and extends 30 feet from buildings and structures on your property. In this area, be sure to remove any dead vegetation and regularly trim trees to maintain a 10-foot gap from others. Remember to ensure that any outbuildings and LPG tanks have 10 feet of clean space and bare soil around them. Zone 2 is the reduced fuel zone and runs from 30 to 100 feet out from your home. In this area, be sure to keep the grass trimmed and space vegetation apart so it is less likely that any fire will spread between them. This can be achieved with a controlled burn. Controlling vegetation is a crucial part of wildfire prevention. When vegetation is too close or dried out, fire will spread easily between plants. Just like reinforcing your home is the best way to prepare against fire spread, you can take measures to minimize the risk of fire in vegetation. When looking for plants in landscaping, choose fire-resistant plants and water them well, making sure to care for them so that there is sufficient clearance between each plant and tree. A controlled burn is the practice of intentionally setting a fire to minimize the accumulation of dead vegetation and increase the biodiversity of the area. These burns can be dangerous, so consult with a professional if you want one done on your property. Is reinforcing your home against stray embers actually effective? Yes, it is. In a side-to-side comparison of an untreated wood roof and a fire-retardant slate roof, the slate roof lasts significantly longer than the wood roof when hit by a stray ember, simulated by a flaming bow. Notice how the wood roof has burned through while the reinforced roof still has life to give. By hardening your home, you can stave off fire until emergency services arrive to help. Developing a well-thought-out wildfire action plan is crucial for every household, tailoring the plan to address specific family needs. Every wildfire action plan should include a meeting point outside of a high-risk area and discuss escape routes to reach the safety point. Be sure to make arrangements for your animals, as well as having ways of communication. Make sure each family member knows how to respond to a wildfire emergency. There are numerous training resources available to help prepare a family for this emergency. When a wildfire actually breaks out, it is time to put all prevention plans into action. Monitor wildfire updates and be sure your evacuation route is still safe. Gather all materials you need for a safe exit and have copies of important documents and family heirlooms ready to go. Make sure to wear protective clothing and be ready for when the authorities decide evacuation is necessary.